If your company can't trace a product in minutes, it's already one incident away from a serious crisis. Now, I know what you're thinking. Traceability is just another regulatory requirement, another box to tick. But in the food industry, that couldn't be further from the truth. Traceability defines how fast you respond and how much you lose when something goes wrong. And believe me, things do go wrong. Many food companies genuinely believe they have a solid traceability system. They've got the paperwork, the logs, the spreadsheets. But then, a customer complaint comes in. A supplier reports a contamination risk. Or an unannounced FDA inspection happens. That's the moment of truth. Suddenly, that system that looked so good on paper completely falls apart in practice. And that's when the real damage begins. You see delayed responses, frantic scrambling for information. You end up with recalls that are far larger than they need to be, costing millions. Worst of all, you suffer a loss of customer trust, which is incredibly difficult to win back. And all of this brings on regulatory pressure and scrutiny that could have been avoided entirely. This happens because traceability is too often treated as a documentation exercise, not as a real, living, and breathing operational process. It's seen as something you do for the auditors, not something that protects your business every single day. Let's break down the most common failures I see as an auditor. The things that turn a small problem into a full-blown catastrophe. First, and this is a huge one, the data exists, but the systems don't connect. Think about a typical food plant. Raw materials might be tracked in one Excel spreadsheet. Production records are filled out manually on paper forms, sometimes with illegible handwriting. Shipping is managed in a completely separate ERP or accounting system. And the lot control tying it all together is often based on assumptions, not hard data. So, when an issue arises, teams are left scrambling. They're trying to manually link a specific supplier's ingredient lot to a particular production batch, and then connect that batch to every customer who received it. It becomes a nightmare of digging through binders, comparing spreadsheets, and making educated guesses. During an audit or an FDA inquiry, one simple question exposes everything. Show me the full end-to-end traceability path for this specific product code. And that's when the process just breaks. The silence in the room is deafening as they realize they can't do it quickly or accurately. They can't prove where everything went. The second critical mistake that I see constantly is poor lot definition. This one directly impacts the financial cost of a recall. What does this look like in practice? A company might define a single lot number to cover an entire shift's worth of production. I've even seen cases where one lot number spans multiple days. To a manager trying to simplify paperwork, this might seem efficient. But when a problem is detected, it's a financial disaster. Let's say a single contaminated ingredient was used at the start of a 10-hour shift. If your lot code covers that entire shift, you don't have the granularity to isolate just the affected products. Instead, you have to recall everything produced under that lot number, all 10 hours of production. This means perfectly safe products get destroyed, and your recall costs multiply exponentially. You're throwing away good product, losing sales, and paying for logistics and destruction. All because your lot definition was too broad. Weak traceability doesn't reduce your risk. It amplifies the financial and reputational damage. You're not saving time. You're setting yourself up for a much bigger fall. And this brings me to the third major failure point: mock recalls that don't reflect reality. This is the ultimate form of false security. Many companies only test their traceability system right before an audit is scheduled. They treat it like cramming for a test. But these mock recalls are often just for show. They don't involve the actual production and warehouse teams who would be on the front lines during a real event. They don't measure the response time. How many hours does it take to gather all the necessary information? Most importantly, they don't truly expose the information gaps and disconnects between departments. It's a tabletop exercise that assumes perfect information and cooperation. But a real recall is chaotic. It's high pressure. People are stressed. An experienced auditor or an FDA investigator can spot this immediately. They'll ask questions that go beyond the prepared script. They'll ask a warehouse operator to pull records, not just the quality manager. They can tell when a system is just for show. A traceability system is only effective if it works under pressure. in the real world, with all its messes, not just on a clean sheet of paper in a conference room. So, what's the takeaway here? Traceability is not about paperwork. It's not about passing an audit. It's about control, speed, and protecting your brand. It's about having the visibility to know exactly what's in your facility, where it came from, and where it went, and being able to access that information in minutes, not days. A strong traceability system is one of the most powerful tools a food company has to manage risk and safeguard its future. If you want to understand how food safety and quality really work in the industry, from the perspective of someone who sees the good, the bad, and the ugly every single day, then make sure you follow this channel. Here, we discuss food quality without the shortcuts and without the corporate jargon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.